So it's about time that we're seeing some volatility in the crypto market. It's nice seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, all the altcoins make some pretty big moves over the last couple of days. In today's video, I want to talk about important things going on with the overall market. Also, I want to address things going on with Cardano, Polygon, and overall macroeconomic events because there are two key dates coming up that every single investor needs to be aware of. So let's start off with the overall crypto market. What we're seeing right now is with Bitcoin over $1 billion has been liquidated in the last 24 hours, which has helped to propel Bitcoin's price to an over 6-week high. Bitcoin briefly broke above $21,000 per coin and is still right around that number. So this is very bullish for traders. What we're seeing, according to data on CoinGlass, is that there's been $1.43 billion liquidated in the last 24 hours. Obviously, almost all of this has been short sellers getting wrecked, their positions getting liquidated, and that has caused Bitcoin's price to continue to push higher and higher as more of these short positions get liquidated. So that's a good sign. And I think a lot of this now we're seeing with these short positions, a lot of these people are getting washed out, and we're seeing now short levels come down significantly. The important thing moving forward, though, is going to be two important dates. Yes, it's exciting seeing Bitcoin's price rally. Yes, all of this is really good. NASDAQ and stock market has been doing well also. But for every single investor right now, the two important dates, which we've talked about in almost every single video, are going to be in the next 48 hours. In the next 48 hours, we have the October 28th, 2022 release of September PCE data, personal consumption expenditure data. This is going to give us a clear insight as to inflation for consumers. Is anything happening? Is anything improving there? Most likely, we're not going to see anything too exciting in this report. We really already know what to expect, but the thing is if this report comes in worse than people are expecting, that's going to have negative impacts on the market. If it comes in slightly better, then we'll see markets continue to rally. So we need to keep an eye out on this report in particular. I'm not making any big changes to my portfolio until we see this report come out. I wanted to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Plutus. Plutus is disrupting the rewards card industry with their Plutus Debit Card. The way it works is you can spend fiat currency with a Plutus Debit Card and earn between 3 to 8% of the purchase value back in Pluton tokens. But not only this, you can also receive up to 100% back at 20 plus in-demand perks. For example, Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, and dozens of others. And this ultimately means that when you sign up for one of these services, like Netflix, using your Plutus debit card, you could get reimbursed up to 100% back, making the card ultimately pay for itself and make a no-brainer in my opinion. Recently, we've seen a lot of security issues as well in the crypto space, but with Plutus, this isn't an issue because you can connect any personal wallet to the Plutus platform and retain full control of your private keys and assets at all times. On top of this, Plutus was founded in 2015 and it has been able to endure multiple cycles, multiple bear and bull markets in the crypto market. So you know that they are secure and they have been able to weather any market conditions. With over 50,000 app downloads, over 3.2 million euros paid out in Pluton tokens, and have been proving that they can remain secure during any market conditions as they have over the last 7, almost now 8 years. Plutus is definitely a platform that I think you should check out. So use my link in the description. Let me know your thoughts on the Plutus debit card, what they have with their perks, and let's get back to the program. In addition to this, we also have the November 1st and November 2nd Federal Reserve meeting. That is where they are going to say what their plan is moving forward to combat inflation with interest rates. Again, depending on what they say their outlook is moving forward, that will have big impacts on the market. They could easily say in this meeting that they want to do another 75 basis point rate hike, that they're going to continue to be firm in their approach to combating inflation, and that's going to have negative impacts on the market. So we need to keep an eye out on both of these dates, the 28th of October and the 1st and 2nd of November, because even though we've seen a nice little rally in the last couple days, I've been taking some profits on some short-term trades, we could easily see price go immediately back down to $19,000 per coin in a matter of an hour. As soon as one of these reports come out, as soon as an announcements come out. Obviously, we could see the opposite of that. We see prices rally significantly by $1,000 per coin for Bitcoin. We could see it jump up to $22,000, $23,000 instantly. But for me right now, I just want to wait and see, sit back, hold the positions I have, and see what goes on with these reports. So that'll give us a better feeling and direction as to where the market is going to be heading. Now let's talk about what's been going on with altcoins, because I want to talk about Cardano and Polygon in particular. Cardano has had some pretty exciting announcements. We've talked about it a lot on Twitter as of recently, so if you don't follow me there, make sure to do so. But Cardano recently had a pretty big shout out from European Parliament member Stefan Berger. And Stefan Berger said in a post that Cardano is a rocket in the crypto space. I posted this on Twitter earlier in the day, and what he did is he actually had met with Cardano's team in a recent meeting. He had said, "Look, it was a pleasure to visit. And exchange views with Dr. Stefan Bridges. He's a passionate, engaged policymaker who has asked smart questions about Cardano and is committed to supporting the development of the blockchain applications across the EU." And the person who posted this was actually someone who is the CEO of the Cardano Foundation. So the CEO of the Cardano Foundation and this European Parliament member met, and they discussed what's going on with Cardano, what's going on with the ecosystem and the crypto space in general. So this was a pretty exciting shout out. Obviously, it doesn't mean anything directly for the EU and Cardano or anything in the instant moment for Cardano, but what it does mean is that we're continuing to see adoption, and big names and people in big positions recognize the value in its ecosystem. So that is always good. Next thing with Cardano I do want to go over is the other day we did have a record-breaking number for Cardano NFT volume. We saw over 4 million ADA traded in a 24-hour window. It has come down significantly from that, and I've gotten a lot of questions as to why. Mostly what we're seeing with this is that the overall Cardano NFT market is continuing to grow. Yes, we have seen it come down substantially in the last few days, but still, if you're looking at the trend over time, we're seeing that in the last 30 days, Cardano NFT volume has been continuing to trend up. And if we see prices in the market continue to rally, some bullishness in the market, I'm expecting this number to reach new record highs, break above 4, 5, 6 million ADA per day, because when markets are doing well, people are a little bit more likely to spend money on NFTs. So even though it's come down, I'm not too worried about it. We've seen a consistent growth in overall trend for NFT volume on the Cardano ecosystem. Now let's talk about what's been going on with Polygon. Polygon Matic is another one of my top cryptocurrency holdings. And with Polygon, we saw that BitPay just announced that they're adding support for Polygon Matic to expand their crypto payment options. And this is a big deal because BitPay facilitates millions of transactions, and with BitPay introducing USDC and ETH payments on the Polygon network, this is another good step in the right direction for Polygon, because they've been making major partnerships, major headway as of recently, and this is just another thing to be excited about. But more importantly with Polygon right now is I want to talk about one piece of data that a lot of people were questioning when I talked about it on Twitter. So I posted how Polygon Matic now has over 53,000 decentralized applications on its ecosystem, and how this was nearly 8x since the start of 2022. A lot of people say, I have not seen this many projects. What do you mean? That's not true. Well, according to recent data from Polygon in one of their recent blog posts, they said Polygon just crossed 53,000 decentralized applications that mark in a major adoption milestone. And they talk about the growth of the ecosystem. The reason that we've seen this much growth is, first of all, obviously no one likes the fees on Ethereum, and institutions and developers recognize that. In addition to this, we've seen that since June, there's been a 60% increase in the number of DApps on the platform, and this has been growing exponentially since the last year and a half now. So you could see this according to the data. But the key thing with this data is that it's not that there's 53 applications currently on the Polygon network, but it's that it's home to more than 53. It means that was the number of applications that have ever been built and started on the Polygon network. So it is slightly less than that number, because not all of them always go through with development. Not all of them always launch, but there have been over 53,000 different applications to launch and build on the Polygon network. We've also seen a number of major institutions turn to Polygon and its network for a lot of different services. We've seen like Adobe, eBay, Reddit, Robinhood, Stripe. All of these have turned to Polygon's ecosystem and chose Polygon as their gateway into the Web3 world. We've seen also like Uniswap and Aave and OpenSea, and a number of these other companies also have chosen Polygon as a hub for like their companies. So this is a lot of exciting stuff going on in the crypto space. Yes, I'm very excited to see that nice little rally over the last couple days, but I'm not too convinced that this is the long-term bull market that we are all expecting just yet. Let's wait until the October 28th meeting and the November 1st and November 2nd meeting till we really go all in and double down on all of these positions.